Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing all right. I took the cat suit off because it was too hot and it was annoying me. I don't want to wear it anymore. So, hello. It's time for the predictions video. We're going to go ahead and take a look at all of these brand new skins that rotated into the Rust store just a few hours ago, and we're going to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be the best investment this week, which of these skins potentially might give us some of those delicious looking profits. And immediately, let's start talking about the likes of the Redemption Tier 3 armor. So, ever so nice, ever so shiny, get a good look at that. I think a lot of people are going to be appreciating this, but we have to talk about all the potential context, all the potential problems, and also all the potential positives. So, let's just jump straight into it. First up, let's talk about some potential problems. There's a lot of active collections at the moment. What do you mean? Well, if we just go to the beginning of this month, what did we see? We had Sand Rhino Tier 3, and we had Banana Tier 2, and we also had high quality metal gloves. But more specifically, I'm talking about the fact that we recently saw the likes of Sand Rhino hoodie and pants being made. We also saw the likes of Banana hoodie and pants being made, and we also saw the likes of high quality metal hoodie and pants being made. These are free active collections looking for new core pieces. And then we look at the last week, and what do we see? We have seen the likes of Abyss Tier 2. This was finally accepted because initially there was a version that was made, and after a good few weeks wasn't accepted. Little Ranger, the skin creator, just went ahead and made a version 2. Instantly accepted. Version 2 was instantly accepted as an early pick, to our surprise, but yeah, that was fine. But this is also looking for the likes of its hoodie and pants. And then we got the likes of Ronin. So Ronin Tier 3, literally another red collection, only just starting the previous week. And well, that's also by default expecting the likes of its hoodie and pants and Tier 2 to be made. So I'm sure you kind of got it into your head now. There's a lot of collections that have been accepted fairly recently, and now they're actively looking forward to the likes of maybe getting some more core pieces being made and accepted. So, Slanosta. He likes to take his time, you know. It took quite a while to make this Bionicle set. But anyway, the point is, I think he's not going to be like rushing it out. So if you're wondering, oh no, where's the Redemption Tier 2? Where's the Redemption hoodie and pants? Don't worry. Just kind of expect that this might take maybe a decent amount of time to churn all of it out. However, this is a very good looking set. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you. If this came out like during June time, this probably would have sold about between 30 to 40,000 sales. Wouldn't have been surprised in the slightest. But the fact that this has come out now, September time, you know, where there's a lot less people currently playing at the moment, well, it's a bit different. If you look at the previous Rust stores, we have not seen many skins sell more than 20,000. So, knowing this and just getting a good look at the likes of this, honestly, when loads of people return to play Rust around December time, they're probably going to see that and they're probably thinking, wow, that looks amazing. But the likely outcome for this week is that Tier 3 armor very likely might struggle to sell 20,000 sales. And I wouldn't be surprised by that. So basically in the long term, when a lot more people see it, they're probably going to actively want it. And then because there's only so much of it that was bought, it's more likely to... It's a whole lot easier for it to rise up in price, basically, because there's only so much of it available. So, because of that, I think that's actually looking to be very nice. But more specifically for the long term. Now, you're probably sitting there saying, oh, but it's too shiny and whatnot. Well, we did have this discussion a little bit earlier. Someone also mentioned the likes of the Tempered collection. So, as you can see here, we've got the likes of Tempered clothing and armour. But I just want to talk to you about something. If you were to look at their prices right now, I'm speaking more based on the likes of the core pieces. So we could take a look at this armor right here, Tempered Roadside Vest. So right now, this is currently selling for about $3, and as you can see, nice and shiny. But if we were to take a look at its history, if we were to go back to the most recent post-Christmas time, so that would be January 2023. Well, this was selling for about $6 a piece. Yep, $6 around the end of January. What do you reckon is going to happen to this for January 2024? Maybe it might not go as high, because we can see that it's been higher before. We can sit there and say that. Maybe there's more other shiny collections out there now. Maybe this might not go up as much, but it's still expected to go up in price. It's going to increase in demand, and it's increase in price because of that. So, by default, we've got some positives. We are going to be keeping an eye out for the likes of the hoodie and pants and the tier 2 armor. But I just don't expect it to be like rushed out. You probably got to wait at least a good few weeks, then we'll see it, and then, you know, I'm sure it'll be accepted, and then all the better for this. But based on the amount of sales it has, maybe maybe this is going to have a pretty interesting future ahead of it. I can definitely see around post-Christmas time, if it doesn't sell that much, it's probably gone up in price ever so nicely. All right, so let's now make some considerations. This is abnormal. We don't have to rush into buying this. Now, by all means, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator. But looking at this for the financial perspective, I don't want to rush into buying this. I want to take my time. I want to do my abnormal buy orders first, look at the support, and then make a decision if it's a good thing to do. I did that quite literally with the kilt today. We did the abnormal buy orders last night. Support looked pretty good. I looked at it again today. I made a consideration based on the fact that that kilt has a lot less sales in comparison to the likes of its tier 3 armor. I thought, you know what, in the long term, that's going to probably do quite all right. So I went and bought 30 of them today. So that is the smarter approach. Patience. Don't need to rush into anything. So with that, I want to just see how many sales happen by next Wednesday. I'll do my abnormal buy orders, and then we'll see what happens. But basically, that's looking pretty cool. I do worry for the likes of the Ronin set, though, the Ronin Tier 3 from last week, because that now has to compete with this. Which one will be the victor? Who knows? But be patient, because this looks pretty cool. All right? Okay. Right then, what else do I feel somewhat confident in? Pirate Thompson. So, yep, this has appeared. Very nice, very cool. Another pirate skin, or more specifically another pirate weapon, because we've only had the AK accepted previously, and then of course we've had all the core pieces and the primitive clothing and whatnot for pirate earlier this year. But get a good look at this. Mostly black, cool looking flag design all on the sides. Aim down the sight, what do we see? A useful red aim sight and X marks the spot. So it's a pretty fun gimmick, but it's mostly black. And by default, what have we always said with the likes of the Pirate Collection? It's basically a budget blackout option. And, well, when we get to post-Christmas time, while some of this looks like it's struggling at the moment, if this is it at its worst, just you wait and see what it looks like around January 2024 time. So, main point is, can you see how that AK isn't really struggling super bad? I wonder why. Because, again, it's a budget blackout option. If you were to take a look at the likes of the blackout AK-47, right now that's probably selling for about $10+, whereas this one, it's only selling for just less than $2. And it's basically full black with the same red aim sights, exactly like with the Thompson. So if we were to go to take a look at the likes of a... actually, I could just look here, can't I? Blackout Thompson came out like 2 years ago. So, scroll down, what do we see? Blackout Thompson is currently selling for just under $5. So, we're going to go take a look at the likes of that on the Steam market. So, yeah, $5, just about $5. Cool. Now, fairly recently, or more specifically, the most recent post-Christmas, what did we see? This was selling for about $10 at one point. Very nice, very cool. So, if we were to take a quick look at this, yep, mostly full black. Aim down the sight, what do you see? Red aim sight. Perfection. So if this reached $10 literally earlier this year, and it very likely might do it all over again, well, loads of people probably can't afford a skin priced at $10, but they can afford a $2 one. So, based on the fact that we haven't been seeing that many sales very recently, I think this Thompson's lining up to be a very interesting skin to take a look at. I get the feeling this potentially might be the lowest selling Thompson skin of this year, when it's a budget blackout option. So look at all of these. The lowest selling skin this year out of all of these Thompsons appears to be the Panther Thompson, 12,400. Okay, cool. Wow, that went down in price. Oh dear, oh dear. But if this is Thompson skins at their worst, surely they're going to rebound and go up in price ever so nicely around January 2024 time. So anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on this. This is the only skin this week that isn't abnormal. But if this only does about 10,000 sales, I'm in. I'm probably going to be buying a bunch. And in the long term, this is probably going to be a very nice, comfy thing that will just keep rising in price very nicely and very gradually. Because with the Blackout Thompson, being at a fairly steep price, well, you've got a much more cheaper option right here. So things are looking pretty good for this at the moment, but we shall see how this looks by Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I'll look at it, I'll see how many have sold and whatnot, and I'll make a decision whether I want to jump in or not. And at the moment, I am feeling confident things should be quite all right for that. So, that's nice. Let's now move on. What else am I somewhat confident in? And by somewhat, I mean quite literally half confident. Ultra large box. Now, I'm cautious because, number one, this looks cool. Look at that. Very nice, very colourful, glow in the dark, stands out quite nicely. It's got a very nice design to it. If you just really look at it, nice sort of ruin type of design. Now, could you see something like this being converted into the likes of a sheet metal door or an armoured door or, small box, furnace? You get the idea. I wouldn't be surprised if the Smoothie, the skin creator, could pull that off and we get a very nice looking deployable collection. So looking at that, I can see some pretty good things potentially on the horizon, all right? Now, will that actually happen? We don't need to rush into anything, do we? We should wait it out, look at the workshop, I always say that, and see what happens next. We could also take a look at the likes of the comments. Hey, are you going to continue this? Are we going to see some more? Well, no one's asked that yet, but I'm feeling confident he's going to be making some more out of this. So on the horizon, could we have a very nice, cool-looking, glow-in-the-dark, deployable collection being set up? I'd like to see it. But for now, it's abnormal. I don't need to rush into buying it. I'd rather see how many sales have happened, and then on Wednesday, do the abnormal buy orders. You get the whole routine. You understand. Look at the support afterwards. Make a decision if I want to buy in or not. But it does look nice. But I also don't expect it to sell that much. So, in the long term, ooh. Yeah, things are looking pretty interesting there. So, I'm somewhat confident. Remember what I said, somewhat confident. But this is definitely looking quite appealing. So, that's that. And then, I'm very, very on the fence about the likes of this UAP Pilot Sleeping Bag. Now, immediately you're going to look at the likes of the other skins and think, oh, wait, no, it's in the positive now. Oh, there you go. That improved. Cool. Earlier, this was down by like 30%. Now it's up 2%. Well, it just goes to show when new deployable skins get accepted, the pre-existing skins from the deployable collection tend to spike in demand and go up in price a fair bit. This one hasn't really budged that much, but this one has. But then again, this didn't really have that much quantity. But this also only has about 54. You know what? Things are probably looking pretty alright with this. So anyway, again, it's another little Ranger skin. Please be aware of this. He is juggling collections. As you can see here, we have UAP Pilot, Abyss, we have Rainbow Pony, we have Toy Collection, we also have Dragon Rage, and of course he's going to be taking part in Halloween and Christmas and whatnot. So anyway, point made is he's getting a lot of acceptances, but I'm not sure how long that's going to go on for. He is the second most prolific skin creator in all of Rust, with the second most accepted skins altogether. I would be surprised if we see even more, and we have seen more. There was a rock skin that was made quite some time back, but I get the feeling Face Punch mainly only likes the deployable skins they're making, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more and more and more. But we're also looking out for the likes of Abyss hoodie and pants and whatnot. Main point is, you're probably not going to see tons and tons and tons of these being churned out week after week after week, because he's got many other things to look at. But I am seeing this turning into a collection, and I've already seen a positive outcome already. So, if we keep seeing more and more being made, more deployables, who knows? What else could we make? Armoured doors, large boxes, a rug, double doors, you name it. There is plenty more that could be made. If we keep seeing more, the pre-existing skins should spike in demand, spike in price. So, it's a hard maybe, but it's a goofy glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag. Look at him. He's so high. He's so high. Hey. I could see it working out quite alright. Now, you obviously wouldn't want to put that outside because, people notice it. Well, maybe not in the grass during the day, but at night they'll see the glow-in-the-dark. But, in your base, in the early stages of setting up your base when you don't have lighting setup and whatnot, glow-in-the-dark deployables, very helpful, very handy. So, essentially, that is looking pretty okay. I don't blame you if you want to buy it to use it. But in terms of the financial perspective, I'm not going to rush into it. It's abnormal. I'm going to do my abnormal bargains first. You know the whole routine. You get the idea. So, yeah. So, for the other skins, I didn't talk about them because I don't feel that confident in them. I'm sorry about that, but like I said, I'm looking at this with a financial perspective. So, essentially, yeah, mainly banking on the idea that these skins probably won't be selling that much, even though if there were a lot more people currently playing at the moment, these would probably sell a whole lot more. So with that, when they all return, this stuff could easily get bought out maybe. And like I said, if they don't sell that much, if there's quite a lot of people, in demand for it, then yeah, it's easily going to rise up in price. So that is the current situation right now. In the long term, things are looking very appealing, but mainly, literally guys, just like 2.5 months time, we're in the good times, we're making tons of profits, things will be ever so nice. But that's basically it. So I know you're probably thinking about the likes of the sheet metal door, but I'm very cautious about sheet metal doors. Like we've been here before. Look at all the sheet metal doors that came out somewhat recently, and yeah, I like the design, but I like the design of quite a lot of the other doors, and they didn't work out very nicely. This has only improved today. Earlier today, it was down like 30%. So just wanted to reiterate that. But yeah, I know some people are probably thinking about that. I just wanted to point that out real quickly. We always have another AK-47, 70 cent, 90 cents, I'm sorry. And then with this, it just doesn't really stand out that much. I know we have the full Pixel collection, and we have other deplorables, but it just doesn't really stand out that much. There is a benefit of the cheapest locker skin right now is only $1.60 something, but I am not that confident, so we're just going to leave that. All right then, so with that, we've basically covered all of this. Best of luck to you and your investments. Let's see how this all turns out in the future. Best of luck, and yeah, have fun.